And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lake Faak for day number 3 of the Lake Rocks Festival. Look at those beautiful images. And the race is on. We are starting with a long distance man with Justin Shuri Araki at the very front right there with the in the middle of your screen at the front. Taking a huge start as expected. This is a 12-kilometer race. Shuri Araki is in the lead. There's an NSP board at the front as well. I suspect this to be Nicolo Rico. We've got some big names in this 2026 edition. This is the pro race. More than 200 men taking part in this 12-kilometer pro race. This is day number 3. We had a time trial, 2-kilometer time trial on day 1. We had a 200-meter speed race yesterday, and this is the big one, the one that counts towards the ICF SUP race circuit. The pro race and several drafts are shaping up already at the front. I can see Shuri Araki right there on his Katana custom starboard model next to a NSP board. That could be Luis Perotti or Nicolo Rico just ahead of him. I recognize a tall figure, so that could be Luis Perotti and not Nicolo Rico. I see also a Sonova board trying to catch up. I think that's SUP Van Bakel from the Netherlands. So there is something interesting shaping up on the right hand side right there with that NSP board with Shuri Araki on the starboard, and then SUP Van Bakel trying to stay with those two men, and then a huge crowd at the top of your screen with who's on that red board, Infinity board. That has to be Donato France. I recognize a yellow hat. That's usually Donato France on that Infinity board, wearing that fluorescent yellow hat. So obviously all these paddlers will be uniting at some point. They're all heading now towards a buoy, which is positioned about 1.2 kilometers away from the start line. Great start by Donato France right there, as you can see, who's taking with him it looks like a brand new starboard. That's Michael Booth. Michael Booth on his right and Norman Weber on his left. Norman Weber on the light board corp, hollow board on the left hand side. There is, I believe, Manuel Lauble on the bottom of your screen left. Just behind these guys, we've got NSP rider. That is Luis Perotti, definitely. Then Ludovic Tolad on the SIC Maui board. That's a white and red board. And then a Sonova board on the right hand side. That's Manuel Oyuela Rojas. So two draft trains which are about 50 meters apart. They are going to converge at some point, and look at that. It looks like Donato France took the best start ahead of Shuri Araki. We're going to see what's going to happen at the who's going to arrive first at the buoy, but the first buoy. But it looks like Donato France has got a slight advantage over the Nicolo Rico, and most likely Nicolo Rico and Shuri Araki from Japan over there. In today's long distance race, we've got a stacked field. I put down on my, just for the men, I put down on my list more than 20 top names. Shuri Araki, Rai Taguchi, the two-time junior world champion Tatsuma Nishikawa. Those 3 paddlers are coming from Japan. We've got Norman Weber, I've just mentioned his name, Donato France, Michael Booth, SUP Van Bakel. And let's switch to the women's race right now. An equally stacked field with 105 international women. This is not a leisure race. This is not the Glagla race where you have 50 top guys at the front on hardboards and an army of inflatable racers at the back. This is a hardboard race from start, from first positions to last positions. So who's taking a good start here? We need the drone on these women, because right now we're not filming the top, the front. We've got some favorites, of course. Esperanza Barreras, 2-time winner here at the Glagla race on the long distances, taking part for the 3rd time in a row. Cecilia Pampinella, probably the fastest woman in Europe at the moment, on short distances anyway. Took 2 wins in Taranto 2 weeks ago at stop number 2 of the European SUP League. She won the speed race yesterday in a crazy time of 49.5 seconds, so less than 50 seconds, and she literally crushed the competition with a lead of 7 seconds. So these are the women. Esperanza Barreras, you can see, is actually taking the lead. We've got Duna Gordillo in 4th position right now. She is a multi-time world champion. We also have on the lake today in the women's Chilak Kotsis, the international 4-time junior world champion, who is starting pretty late her international racing season with this event, the Lake Rocks Festival. We also have Katniss Paris, who's coming from Florida, USA. She is the 2024 Sprint World Champion. She started this event with a win on day 1 on the 2,000 meter time trial, 2.1K time trial. And look at this, interestingly shaping up on your screen, this draft train led by Esperanza Barreras. She is known to want to be at the front of the race and control the speed. That's what she's seems to be doing right now. She obviously knows the course really well, knows the conditions. Talking about conditions, it's very chilly today. Let's call it cold. Something like 5-6 degrees, not the usual 20-degree temperature that we've had in the past 3 years over here. And grey sky. So Esperanza Barreras, Duna Gordillo. I see a starboard, that's Cecilia Pampinella. So the 3 favorites at the front. We've got on the left-hand side on an Infinity Whiplash. That's a hollow board by the California brand Infinity. We've got Chilak Coaches, another starboard on the back. Who is that in 4th? Oh, it might be Rea Logotetti, but I think Rea is on a Sonova. Not entirely sure. So we haven't identified one of those 2 NSP boards in that group of 5 at the front, led by Esperanza Barreras. 6 minutes 48 seconds into the race for the men, not for the women. And Chilak Coaches seems to be losing that draft and seems to be wanting to paddle on her own right now. So she's taking with her another Infinity paddler. I think this is Silvia de la Chiesa, one of the youngsters, 14-year-old Silvia de la Chiesa. We have a huge field of junior paddlers in this event. As you would expect, they are now making headlines behind the likes of Benyam Bossak and Marit Mediema or Sara Di Stefano. We've got or Lisa Venturelli. We have a huge field of now top junior racers. And look at that. Interestingly, this group of 4 women athletes leading the race with Chilak Coaches losing momentum right from the get-go. Let's see if she's got a second breath coming up. She hasn't been, this is her first proper international race in a long time, since I guess Abu Dhabi. So maybe she's going to try and connect, obviously. If she doesn't, it's going to be tough for her and for all the women athletes who decided to follow Chilak Coaches and not Esperanza Barreras. So you see that gap, and Chilak has got a mission now to reconnect with that NSP paddler in front of her. There's about 10-50 meters of a gap there to make up. I think it's Duna Gordillo. We're still missing one of the... Oh, it might be Lisa Venturelli. I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't 16-year-old Lisa Venturelli. Yes, confirmed. Confirmed, Lisa Venturelli behind another Italian paddler, Cecilia Pampinella, in 3rd position. Duna Gordillo in 2nd. So it's Spain and Italy in that quattro at the front of the women's race right now, with a gap of 10 meters, and Chilak Coaches taking with her some youngsters, I believe. Silvia de la Chiesa, most likely Sara Di Stefano. I expect to see at the front Marit Midiema, the 14-year-old from the Netherlands, absolute phenomenon from the SUP school, SUP Kids Macum. And now Chilak is doing the effort. He's making the effort, giving a big push, and distancing herself away from that infinity board behind her and catching up with Lisa Venturelli at the front. An exciting women's race shaping up right now, and we at some point we'll try and go back to the men's. Obviously we saw that Nicolo Rico, Shuri Araki, Donato France, Luis Perotti, Joop van Backel were and many more were at the front. We're actually scouting for them with a drone right now, so we're gonna leave the women for a little bit and go back to the men to give you an update on what's happening. We're 10 minutes into the race. I believe the first buoy has been passed. We're heading now to buoy number 2. This is a squarish shape, as you can see the course map on your screen right now. We've just passed buoy number 1. We're heading to buoy number 2. The start line is materialized right there with that big line. The race start was given by race director Rudy Van Haven, who's actually next to me right now, and who might be joining us for a few commentaries over here. Welcome, Rudy, to the live stream. Before you speak, Rudy, let's have a look at what's happening. Norman Weber in the lead right now with Donato France, with Michael Booth, with Shuri Araki. We've got, I believe, Joop van Backel or Manuel Oyuela. Watch out, because we've got two top Sonova. Right Taguchi just behind. Ludovic Telad on that image, stock image right now. So Norman Weber, he was second last year. Donato France was the winner last year. Shuri Araki, first participation. That's Michael Booth. Oh, no, Aaron Sanchez. Sorry, Aaron Sanchez, yeah. Right next to Donato France. Shuri Araki at the bottom of your screen. Manuel Oyuela. Manuel Oyuela or Joop van Backel. We've got two top guys on Sonova today.
No, it's Manuel Oyuela, and then followed by this rider Kushi.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Then Ludovic Telad on the SIC Maui board, and I believe Luis Perotti on the NSP board. We've got some top guys on, it could be Sergio Cantoral too. So we've got some guys who actually look alike on NSP, Luis Perotti, Nicolo Rico, Sergio Cantoral. It's going to be a little bit tough to identify who's who just yet. Maybe at the end of lap number 1 when when we have a visual from the beach, that would be a little bit easier to figure out. But you know what? Maybe you can help us, because if you know who's who, feel free to send us your comments on whether you're watching on YouTube and Facebook. We're watching, so feel free to help us out. So that NSP board could be Sergio Cantoral, the 2025 Sprint World Champion, ICF Sprint World Champion. It could be Luis Perotti, one of the underdogs, really very much at the front of the races this month, in the past few weeks. It could be also Nicolo Rico from Italy. Rudy, how did the start sequence go for you?
Yeah, the start was very, very well. It's not so easy, because today we have 309 registered paddlers. We will see in the finish line how many really can finish today. You see, we have 2 start lines. The men, around a little bit over around 200 starters, and then we have a separate female, and this is one of the most amazing experience of my life, because this is 110 females was registered for that race. And Mathieu, when I started with event management in 2011, I started in a small race in Vienna with 11 guys. So yeah, and now look at that.
Absolutely amazing. Rudy, how do you explain the popularity of the Lake Rocks Festival, which has become, we have to admit, the biggest, I like to call it hardboard SUP race event in the world right now, apart from the World Championship, the ICF World Championships. This is the big one. 300 paddlers on the long distance, all on hardboards. Obviously, we got the big numbers at the Glagla race and so on, but we're talking here the pro race. So only racers who are actually going for it on hardboards. You look at the last paddler crossing the finish line, and his technique is impeccable.
Yeah, this is a difficult thematic, because how I explain this. So there are different things. I think so. the one thing is the perfect cooperation with the Villach Tourismus region. So also with Michael Sternig, with the CEO of the Villach Tourismus management. So this was the one thing. So and then was the teamwork with the SUP Alps Trophy. The SUP Alps Trophy it's always that our idea was always we build up a family, you know, Mathieu, and it's not just a race. So I told you a story. Espe Barreras told me yesterday, please. We don't want to go 10 minutes behind the main fields, because she told everybody it's the coolest place for a female to paddle, because the men, the best men, everybody's cheering for the girls, for the female, and it's amazing. She told me that. So, and we said, okay, then you get the 3 minutes gap.
Yeah.
And catch how many menu is possible. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Espe has been coming now for three times in a row. She's been winning the long distance twice. She's one of she's the big favorite for the long distance. There was definitely an interesting encounter between Esperanza and Cecilia on flat water conditions at stop number 1 of the ICF on the ICF circuit this year at the Spring SUP race in Comacchio. Esperanza won this duel, but the day before she lost on the technical race. So there's definitely something going on there between Esperanza and Cecilia. But watch out for Duna, who has several world titles, and I believe one of them is on a long distance in front of Espe. I remember a magic wave that Duna won at the end of a long distance race, and that was under the ISA, I think. On the surfing World Championship.
I don't know exactly. So I've seen Espe yesterday in the sprint. She was on the all over, was on the third rank, and she looks very, very strong, very, very focused, and very sharp focused. And I think she will do it today on the long distance also. So yeah, we will see, Mathieu. So, but. This is a huge field, and they are the strongest paddler I've seen this season, all in one race. We hope the best. So, and I hope for everybody can finish. Everybody have a good race and have the fun, and have an extraordinary experience. And I think the idea is perfect to let the elite start with the amateurs, with the kids, with them, with this. There are so many are coming of the under 12 age paddlers or something. They told me, Garuni, is it possible to go at the long distance? And said, yeah, give them a try. Why not? So yeah, so do it. So, and I want to have everybody's finish. Yeah, so we don't have this carence time, so that we bring the people out of them after 2 hours or something. So let them paddle and let them fulfill their mission. Yeah, this is all.
Absolutely. We caught up with the men. Look at that huge field of top international races. Norman Weber, Donato France, Aaron Sanchez. We've got Sergio. I think we've got all the 3 NSPs right there. Nicolo Rico, Sergio Cantoral, Luis Perotti. We've got Rai Taguchi pushing himself to the front right next to another Japanese paddler. That's Shuri Araki, of course, the 8th-time world champion under the 2 federation, ISA and ICF. Michael Booth at the back. Trying to catch up. No, Michael Booth will be racing on a red board. I think Michael Booth is just behind the NSP at the top of the screen, just in front of a light board corp, hollow board there. Manuel Oyuela in the middle, Ludovic Tolad at the top of your screen now, just behind Rai Taguchi. We've got maybe Benyan Bosak at the back, so maybe in 20th position.
Maybe, yeah.
I wonder if that. We need to figure out where Tatsuma Nishikawa is also. You know, he's one of the.
There's three strong boys from Japan in the race. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, 3 paddlers from Japan, 3 top names from Spain, 2 top names from Italy. That's Filippo Mercuriali and Nicolò Rico. Filippo Mercuriali should be in there. I think it's actually right here. Filippo Mercuriali is at the front, is right between Michael Booth at the top and Norman Weber on his right. Donato France is right to, easily recognizable with a yellow hat, right next to Aaron Sanchez and to maybe Sergio Cantoral. I'm struggling to figure out who is who between Sergio Cantoral and Luis Perotti. I think Sergio Cantoral is next to Aaron Sanchez, unless that's Nicolò Rico. We definitely have Luis Perotti there and making a push now. Look at that. Aaron Sanchez, big push on that 2026 or 2027 starboard new model All-Star. Aaron Sanchez testing the field right now. Donato France not only retaliates, but is placing a huge acceleration right now. Donato France making a move on everyone. And Shuri Araki saw that and he's going to try and reunite quickly with the paddlers at the front. Donato France is feeling in top form. These are flat water conditions. Shuri Araki has proven, of course, that he can paddle in all conditions, but we know that Shuri Araki likes it rough, likes the chop, and this is definitely not the conditions of today's race. Donato France, Norman Weber, Aaron Sanchez, the 3 paddlers at the very, very front. They are finishing lap number 1. They are about 200 meters away from the last buoy of the course, or the first buoy of the course, depending if you're finishing or starting. And Norman Weber is making this time an appearance again at the very front on the lightboard corp. He was second last year. This is a multi European champion in whitewater canoe. One of the underdogs, really strong on flat waters as well. He's got a lightboard core Paradoxa. Donato France right next to him. This is a great image with Rai Taguchi from, I'm tempted to say Okinawa, but this Japanese paddler has just moved to mainland Japan, where he's opened a paddle shop. End of lap number 1. Norman Weber in first position. Donato France making a surge right now, taking Rai Taguchi with him. Aaron Sanchez in 4th place right now. There's a bit of a gap, and Shuri Araki is trying to catch up with those 4 paddlers at the front. The big favorites is in trouble right now. Luis Perotti, that's him on the NSP. We've got on the left Tatsuma Nishikawa. We've got Michael Booth in the top 10. Ludovic Tolad is trying to stay with them. Nicolò Rico. Then we've got Benjamin Bossack, Filippo Mercuriali. That last buoy really did some damage. And who is on that NSP? Who's that kid on that NSP? Very much at the front. I need to identify that crimson board short right there. It looks like a young paddler. I'm not sure who that is. We've got a mystery guest, Manuel Oyuela, on the left-hand side with a blue top on the Sonova. Then we've got on a starboard, I think. Tough to say. Tough to call this one. We definitely have Gianluca Corriero on the NSP on the left-hand side. Now, Manuel Lauble. Oh my God, this field is absolutely stacked. This is like a world championship. We just need the South Americans, more Asians, and the Americans. And it's like a world championship rehearsal. Right, we've got now the women inside. So that was our top 20 or top 30 men, and about 500 meters away now from the end of lap number 1, we've got that group of 5 paddlers, maybe 6, 7. If those paddlers are not men, I think these are men. These are men on the left-hand side. So a group of 5 women leading the charge in the pro women's race. Obviously, the leader, the starboard powerhouse Espectacular Barreras from northern Spain, multi-time world champion in technical race and long distance, but also medalist in the sprints in the open women's over the past 8 years of her SUP career, which she started in 2018, I think. Esperanza Barreras, huge powerhouse from Spain, which is the ruling nation of our sports for the past 2 years, leading over another Spaniard, Duna Gordillo from Mallorca. Back from injury, she had a pretty serious injury. She broke her ankle doing climbing, and she was out of several important competitions these past few weeks. She is back in full form now. She's been able to train. She was actually training on outrigger canoe down in Mallorca, one of the Balearic Islands, in Port Adriano. And big hug to Laura Quetglas, Manuel Simoncelli, and all the kids from Marbella, the Marbella Club, watching right now. Cecilia Pampinella in third place on the starboard. Then we've got the young 16-year-old Lisa Venturelli. She was in the top 5 last year. At the bottom of your screen on the right-hand side, you can see more men coming up. The women are now approaching the end of lap number 1. Let's not forget that we've got Tilak Kocis, who did manage to catch up with those front women. Tilak Kocis, who hasn't paddled much, at least on in international SUP races this season. This is her first international race of the season. She through the press, she announced earlier this year that she was going to focus from now on another sport, triathlon. Her dream is to become an Olympian, so she's trying right now to qualify for the Hungarian team in the for the next Olympics in triathlon. She's a great swimmer. That's her former sport. She's a great runner. She does 10K in 38 minutes. And she's apparently a great cyclist too. So good luck to Tilak on this new endeavor. I would think it would be a huge shame if Tilak Kocis leaves our sports straight away, which obviously is not what she's doing right now. But what would be a shame if she doesn't win an open women world title. She's got 4 junior world titles, but not an open women title. She's still very young, so she's got plenty of time to do that if she wants to. End of lap number 1 for the open women. You've got a great shot there of Esperanza Barreras in the lead. Duna Gordillo playing it smart, staying in the draft. Cecilia Pampinella, huge sprint machine, in third place. So you don't want to end up a race with Cecilia Pampinella right next to you, because she's likely to win that sprint against you. Although I'm saying that, but she lost a sprint final a month ago against Bianca Toncelli in Santa Pola. But that was really down to the running more than the paddling. And Cecilia Pampinella in third place. Lisa Venturelli, the 16-year-old Lisa Venturelli from northern Italy, but she's part of the Bari SUP club, coached by Davide Alpino down in Bari, that's southern Italy. And then wearing the Hungary rash guard, that's Tilak Kocis. She's picked the Whiplash, that's the hollow board, flat water hollow board from the California brand Infinity. So a group of 5 women. Question mark, where is Katniss Paris? Obviously not much of a long distance racer. She's a sprint world champion she was in 2024. She was in the final last year as well at the ICF SUP World Championship. But she should be at the front. She started well this event. 2 days ago she was winning the 2.1 kilometer trial race. That was just a quick run around, a quick paddle around the small island on the lake. And look at that huge gap. Let's try and identify who are the women giving the chase. I see an SP board, infinity board, a starboard. No, Sara Di Stefano right there on your screen. On the left-hand side, that's a 16-year-old athlete from a club called the Italian SUP League. Who have we got also in that SUP 20? We've got the young at the back, very back, the pink board. On the left-hand side, that's Marit Miedema, 14-year-old Marit Miedema from the Netherlands. And who else do I recognize over here? Sara Di Stefano is wearing the yellow top. At the very back, the 14-year-old Marit Miedema. Some top names in the junior divisions. Sara Di Stefano, Silvia Della Chiesa from the Netherlands, Marien Huber from Belgium, Laurent Vlemings. These will be making headlines very, very soon in the Open Women's, I'm telling you. But the strongest of them all at the moment is Lisa Venturelli, at least on today's race. Let's not forget that the Taranto girls did not come to the Lake Rocks Festival. Sveva Sabato, Claudia Postiglione, among other big names from southern Italy. Big bacio to the SUP Academy Taranto. I was there 2 weeks ago. It was absolutely magical. And look at that huge field. Once again, we're going to have, if that group stays like that, we're going to have probably the biggest sprint finish in the history of SUP racing. Look at that huge field. We are 5K into the race, 5 kilometers into the race. Now Manuel Oyuela on the Sonova board, leading over Aaron Sanchez, another Spaniard. Another Spaniard on the left, that's, I believe, Luis Perotti. It could be Sergio Cantoral. I still on NSP. But there are several NSP guys in there. I expect Nicolo Rico to be in there. And I actually see 3 NSP boards. And I think that's our NSP boys, the usual suspects, Sergio Cantoral, Nicolo Rico, and Luis Perotti from Mallorca. Yep. So let me just replay right there on my phone the end of buoy number 1, and that was Luis Perotti. That was Luis Perotti. So black top and red board shorts, Luis Perotti. But now we've got 2 separate groups with, interestingly, Benyam Bossack leading on the left-hand side. Benyam Bossack on a Paradoxa holo board. That's a Light Board Corp main SUP race board model. Taking with him Donato France, our Michael Booth, Norman Weber, one of the Italian SUP League racers on a Light Board Corp. I'm not sure who that is. If you spot an Infinity board, another Infinity ever ready, that could be also Giulio Lazzarini, but I only see one right now at the front. That is Donato France. Aaron Sanchez on the top of your screen now, pushing the hardest, trying something once again, taking with him Luis Perotti, Manuel Oyuela, the 3 Spaniards, and another NSP racer. I think that's Sergio Cantoral. No, that would be Luis. I think both of them are in the front, unless that's Nicolo Rico. No, that's Nicolo Rico right next to Aaron Sanchez. Luis Perotti, definitely. It looks like Sergio is not at the very, very front on NSP. He's further back. And then we've got Rai Taguchi at the bottom of your screen, and Shuri Araki hasn't made the difference just yet. He's at the very bottom of your screen right there on his custom Katana board model. Now and produced under starboard. We've got Tatsuma Nishikawa on the blue starboard. That's the two-time ICF Junior World Champion. Benyam Bosak is trying to catch up with that group at the front. Ludovic Telad is also there. Filippo Mercuriali at the top of your screen on that grayish board. Caught a little bit in the backwash there, and still to identify who that light board corp yellow top, the yellow top from the Italian SUP League club is, and I'm gonna have the answer in a few seconds. I believe this could be Enrico Mandoloni. Enrico Mandoloni is the gentleman in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th place. And then 3 guys behind him. So we have a group of 16 paddlers at the very front of the race. When was the last time we had such a huge international race with so many paddlers at the very front? It's been a while. Outside, obviously, of the World Championships that we've had over the past few years. It's been a while since we had so many top international names coming from several continents. France, the Netherlands, Japan, Spain, Italy, Japan I said. 16 men at the very front, and everybody's trying their luck, turn after turn. And right now in the lead on the right hand side, Rai Taguchi with Manuel Oyuela on the Sonova. Shuri Araki hasn't made a move just yet. He's I guess waiting patiently for his time to try and burst out, and I guess Donato's strategy is to be very attentive as to what Shuri Araki is going to do. But let's not rule out Aaron Sanchez, who was the winner, and I've got confirmation that the winner of yesterday's speed race, Sergio Cantoral, the 2025 ICF Sprint World Champion, is really far behind. So not in that top 16. Sergio Cantoral will have another opportunity to shine tomorrow in the technical race. Tomorrow we're gonna have tomorrow, and Rudy is back on the mic. Tomorrow we're gonna have a huge day, starting at 9 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m. non-stop technical racing, and I think the sun will be back.
Yeah, the sun will be back. So tomorrow will be amazing. If you look on the other side, on the Tobrach, the hill on the other side called Tobrach, and you have to recognize tomorrow sunny, 20 degrees, and and all the Alps full of snow. Yeah, and this is like a fairy tale. Okay, this is the essence of the Lake Rocks.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? We could ask our drone pilot to actually show the mountains around us. It's absolutely wonderful. Those images of the paddlers, the male paddlers going around the island in the middle of the Lake Faak seas are absolutely stunning. But if we could see a little bit of the landscape around, if we could see the mountains around, that would be absolutely beautiful. I think they've heard us. We're gonna have a broader angle coming soon. But look at that at the front with Manuel Oyuela, Aaron Sanchez, Rai Taguchi, Shuri Araki, Japan, Spain, Netherlands.
Bosak on the outside.
Benyam Bosak finally made a move and managed to catch up with the very front guys. Well done, Benyam. He's 17-year-old, comes from the Netherlands. He represents Germany. He was on the podium of the technical race last year along Michael Booth and Donato France. Benyam is the lead right now, the fastest junior paddler, under 18 paddler in Europe and most likely in the world as well. Someone is trying to catch up to the front on the left hand side. That's Enrico Mandoloni from the club, the Italian SUP League.
Italian, yeah, yes, Italian guy, yeah, with the 11, with the yellow shirts. They all come from the Italian SUP League. That's easy to find.
All right, so still that's group of 16 paddlers, and you can see the gap, and then it's Giulio Lazzarini trying to catch up, and you know what? I think he's going to manage to do that because the pace has slowed down a little bit at the front, so maybe more paddlers will be able to catch up, and then if we have this huge pack, anything could happen.
Yes.
A bit of chaos in a sprint finish. We could have all kinds of scenarios shaping up. Obviously, we expect Shuri Araki to make at some point in the second half of the race a move, but it's going to be really tough to get away from. How many world champions have we got here? We've got Aaron Sanchez, Sergio Cantoral, Shuri Araki, junior world champion Tatsuma Nishikawa. Yeah. Michael Booth was multi-time world champion. We've got a 40-plus Joop van Backel, 40-plus world champion.
Manuel Lauble, 40-plus champion, yeah.
Two-time world champion, the 40-plus last year, Manuel Lauble.
If you remember, Manuel Lauble, well, last year in Abu Dhabi, a little bit faster than the elite on the long distance from the timetable. Yeah, it was amazing ride.
Absolutely, yeah. Manuel Lauble is I think he was in that group for a little while. He's got a white hat and a black Lightboard Corp board. Let's see if we spot him. Yeah, we haven't seen Joop. We haven't seen Joop at the front just yet.
No.
So they're probably further back.
Joop is paddling in a group of Italian SUP League boys. I found in I don't know, a place around top 30. So
okay.
In the second group from that position now.
You can really see the heads going from side to side. I think it's a game of waiting right now taking place. The speed is not super high. Obviously, we've got some top international racers, so it's not slow. Let's not call it slow either.
No.
But you can see Norman Weber really looking left and right, and that's a time when you think, okay, who should I follow? Should I follow Shuri Araki and Rai Taguchi, or should I go more towards Donato France? And where's Donato, actually? Donato is a little bit at the back there. Should be careful. Is just behind Shuri Araki. Actually, that's a pretty strategic move because he was on the left and far away from Shuri Araki, and I think his strategy now is to actually stick to the 8-time world champion Shuri Araki from Okinawa, Japan.
Yeah, I think we will be prepared for the next buoy, and I think something will happen. So this is, I think, when they going in the last round, I'm sure something will happen. So if you look now, they build up 2 groups, and
all right, yeah, 2 groups shaping up. Rai Taguchi taking with him Shuri Araki, Manuel Oyuela, Aaron Sanchez, Nicolo Rico, Donato France, Norman Weber. And on the other side, we've got Michael Booth with a NSP boy, that's Luis Perotti. Benyam Bossac, Filippo Mercuriali, Ludovic Telad, and joining on the Infinity board there, maybe Alex Stefan or Giulio Lazzarini. Giulio is more is blonder.
Joop van Backel.
Here comes Joop van Backel. So that's the group to the left. That's the group to the left right now that we're seeing. With, I mean, just these guys is amazing. When you think that there's another group of paddlers right to them, with Benyam Bossac, with Michael Booth, Filippo Mercuriali, Ludovic Telad, Joop van Backel, and now reuniting into one massive group. So how many guys have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18.
19,
Alex
20,
Stefan,
yeah.
Giulio Lazzarini, maybe
25. Unbelievable. This is looks
who
really
is
cool.
this over here though? On
Yes, Manuel Lauble
on
here
the
is in the
starboard
second
white hat.
train. In the front of the second train, Manuel Lauble. This is you have the blackboard with the I can't see in English lila purple,
crimson,
purple.
purple,
crimson,
yeah.
crimson, yeah.
All right, and there's that NSP paddler as well, young paddler.
Yeah.
We have a sprint going on. We have a sprint going on. Maybe
yeah, come on.
maybe the drone could fly, because we see that Aaron Sanchez has just tried to make a move. We've got Norman Weber,
Yeah.
Nicolo Rico.
Yeah.
Manuel Oyuela seems to be struggling
I told
right
you,
there.
Matthew.
So
I
there's
told you.
definitely
Yes.
something happening right now. Aaron Sanchez seems to be making a move, and we've got the Gianluca Corriero, Norman Weber, Michael Booth. Zeno Zabo, maybe Zeno Zabo right there.
This is Zeno Zabo
Zeno
from the
Zabo.
Hungarians, yeah.
Wow,
Really strong.
that's the paddler that I was yet to identify.
Yes.
Zeno Zabo with the crimson board shorts. Look at that massive group of paddlers right now. Aaron Sanchez. We're gonna have some action at that buoy. This is the buoy turn that is probably gonna make a big change in position right now. And Manuel Oyuela seems to be now taking the lead. Manuel Oyuela, Rai Taguchi, Aaron Sanchez on the inside, Shuri Araki on the outside with Donato Friends, Nicolo Rico, Luis Perotti, then the bit of a gap, Gianluca Corriero, the youngster, Zeno Zabo, Norman Weber, Michael Booth from Australia, and Tatsuma Nishikawa, Filippo Mercuriali, Benyam Bossack. We've got Alex Stefan, Ludovic Tolad, Giulio Lazzarini, Joop van Bacco, few youngsters, Bodie van Olmen, then Manuel Lauble, Maximus Serrier on a flying fishboard, Ivan Ruiz at the back, Alessandro Rossi and Mikolai Maidan. That's a group of 30 paddlers, almost all together. But let's go back to the very front of these men, with now big push by Rai Taguchi, Aaron Sanchez, Shui Araki. Now Shui Araki upping his cadence right there. Donato Friends staying so close to him. That is definitely Donato's big strategy, to stick with him, counterattack on everything that Shui does. And I think his big strategy is going to try and overtaking on a sprint finish. We know that Donato can finish really well, but so can all the other paddlers, to be honest. At the front, Nicolo Rico, Luis Perotti, there's another NSP right there at the front. Did Sergio Cantora manage to go back to the front? Oh no, Zeno Zabo was at the front.
No. Cantoral is
out.
for the day, yeah.
So Zeno Zabo is there just on the left-hand side behind Manuel Oyuela.
Yes, I would say so. From the technique, I would say this is Zeno. Yeah, this long stroke, yeah. This is Zeno, yeah.
So the two men at the front of that huge group, Donato Friends and Rai Taguchi, but someone is trying something different. Look at Michael Booth. Trying to escape from those guys.
Yeah, cut the line maybe. Yeah.
Taking with him a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
So 7 paddlers in total with Michael Booth. There's a paddler in the middle, that's Benyam Bossack.
Yes.
Right there on the black board. I'm not sure that's the best position to be in, to be honest. But obviously all these guys are going to be reuniting very soon as the next buoy is now fast approaching, with a move by Rai Taguchi, Aaron Sanchez, Nicolo Rico and Norman Weber. On the top, it's non-stop cat and mouse attacks right there. It's a big chase.
Really amazing race.
It's incredible.
Bellingham is a little bit lost in the middle, so
He's gonna get squeezed in.
yeah, maybe.
If
Yeah.
they make a big surge to the front. Wow, that's
This
that's
is so
shape.
cool.
It's like a big arrow with two
Yo.
two outlines at the back. And Luis Perotti now taking the front. Luis Perotti from Mallorca, the Port Adriano Club Mar Balear in the Balearic island of Mallorca on the NSP board. On his right, Shuri Araki, 8-time world champion, 6-time with the ISA, 2 times with the ICF. On the right to Shuri Araki, that's the giant, Donato Frentz. 4th in the long distance last year at the in Abu Dhabi at the ICF SUP World Championship. His best results so far at the World Champs in the open men's division. Luis Perotti leading. On his left, he's got Rai Taguchi, Aaron Sanchez, Nico Lorico from Italy. Norman Weber's stopped paddling there for a couple of strokes. But he's got the lightboard corp, white top.
Yeah, you have to think about Norman. He's a very, very, very experienced paddler. He's several-time world champions in whitewater, and he paddling since, I don't know, he's 10 or 9 or something. And he's one of the most economic paddlers I know.
All right, we've got a view of the women, Rudy. It's a group of 4 now, not of 5 anymore. It seems we lost Chilak now. Is Chilak at the front or at the back? I suspect she's at the back because she probably hasn't paddled in a little while. Let's see. Oh, she's on the right-hand side, so maybe trying to get away actually from those 4 women, or just looking for clean waters. I think she's slightly behind. You see the pink pants on the right-hand side? That's Chilak Cochis, who is still at the front but paddling on her own, while Esperanza Barreras is taking with her Duna Gordillo, Cecilia Pampinella from Italy, and the young 16-year-old Lisa Venturelli from Bari SUP. Bari SUP is also the club of Cecilia Pampinella. It's also the club of Nicolo Rico, and it's a club coached by Davide Alpino, who's been busy with the surf shop that is just opened in Bari, in southern Italy. So he's not paddling so much in competitions this year. You can see the beach of Strandcamping Gruber.
Strand.
What does strand means? Big? No.
Strand means beach.
Beach. Ah. Campsite,
Beach
campsite.
Camping Gruber. Yeah, beachside. Yeah, genau. So.
Okay, so end of lap 2 for Esperanza Barderas, Duna Gordillo, Cecilia Pampinella, Lisa Venturelli, Spain, Italy, and watch out for
Chilak is now in danger, because when the speed goes up, she can't go in this group of 4, so then she get in bad troubles. Espe looks around. You will see she will do some speed. So
okay, will Espe make a move now? She could do a move now. Esperanza Barreras, Duna Gordillo. Espe trying to get away from Mallorca. Duna Gordillo, Cecilia Pampinella staying with Duna. Chila Cochis managed to actually squeeze in between Cecilia and Lisa Venturelli. The young Lisa is determined to stay with those top women at the front.
A very, very a move that cost a lot of energy that Chilak now done. So I think she want to push Pampinella from the 3rd spot, but it doesn't work, and then you lost a lot of energy in that move. And Chilak is not the fastest sprinter, so in that constellation, so the cards are very well given to Pampinella.
Absolutely. Espe has to make a move now, eh? And you know what? She's capable of doing it, and that's what she's doing right now. Esperanza Barreras trying to get away right there from those girls. will she be able to make that strategic move? I don't think so.
No, I don't know.
Not now, because Juna Gordillo retaliates right away and comes back to the front.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see a paddler going down there.
Yeah, as a Hungarian paddler, I know him well.
Taking a little swim.
Yeah, why not? It's
Nice.
part of the game.
The last lap is going to be long for
Yeah,
that
the
paddler.
last lap was going to be long for him. Yeah.
Oh wow, he's really struggling with his balance, huh?
Yes.
Wait, hey, yeah. Good job.
Wow.
Okay, so
Good save.
let's see if we can, because we are in our third and last lap for the men's and for the women now. So let's make sure we catch up ASAP with the men's race. We are 55 minutes into the race now. So we are 2 kilometers away from, or 2.5 to 3 kilometers away from the finish line for the men. So in about 10-15 minutes we are going to have an ending to the men's race, followed closely by those women, 5 women for a podium. Let's see what order we've got. I haven't seen Katniss, Paris. Did you see him on the water at all?
I wonder why. I don't found her in that group, but
was she on the? Did you see her?
I didn't see her in the morning.
In the morning, okay.
Yeah.
So
she got a new board yesterday, and if you look on the left shoulder, Mathieu, there is the Infinity board. It's in the package, so she's
still
not
there.
here. Yeah.
So she hasn't. She's keeping some energy. Let's hope so. Let's hope for tomorrow for the tech race.
Yeah.
And the drones are gonna fly again to catch up with the men's race. We've got a big, let's say huge finish for the men's coming up with a massive group of paddlers at the front. It was a group of 16 and then a big group of another 15 paddlers. I think it's now a group of 30 male paddlers at the front. I'm sure something is happening right now. So let's catch up to these top men. They've just passed buoy number 1, and we are now catching up with those front men. Here they come. Thank you very much to the production crew for a great job.
Looks still the same.
Pretty much the same, a little bit more scattered, but that group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, let's say 10, 11 at the very front.
Yeah.
With now Donato France and Rai Taguchi still impulsing their rhythm to the group.
I recognize Filippo Mercuriali was surprisingly far away from the top group.
Yeah, where is Filippo right now? I don't see him. You're right. We lost Filippo. It seems. Filippo is at the back now. I think he's lost the plot. Unless
maybe here in this group of 3. I don't know exactly where.
Yeah, I don't see Filippo Mercuriali, so we lost Filippo Mercuriali. We were told, by the way, that Christian Taher left the competition very early. Didn't feel like a long distance race today, so after a few strokes he decided to pull away. We've got to move here. Yep. We've got to move here. Donato France trying something ahead of Shuri Araki, breaking the field a little bit more with that arrow-shaped now split in 2 front of a draft train. Donato France, you can see the cadence going much higher for the giant from the Netherlands. Shuaraki stays with him. Luis Perotti is on his left as Rai Taguchi. Now it's a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 paddlers now, 5 paddlers now, because Aaron Sanchez is losing the plot.
He has problems.
Watch out, Aaron.
We close the gap now.
And we've got the buoy at the top,
other side,
on the other
on
side.
Torobulach.
So this is half. We've just done half of the lap. We just have half of a lap left to go. And Donato France has made the move right after the buoy, taking with him Shuri Araki. Luis Perotti is trying to stay with them. Right, Taguchi also. Aaron Sanchez sprinting now over Luis Perotti to catch up with those two guys at the front. The Netherlands versus Japan right now. Donato France on the Infinity ever ready. Shuri Araki on the Katana starboard custom made by Shuri's father Taku, designed by Taku, and reuniting with two guys at the front, Rai Taguchi, Aaron Sanchez, Luis Perotti, and Nicolo Rico Norman Weber in 7th place, just behind Nicolo Rico, another NSP paddler, just behind Norman. Zeno Zabo, 19-year-old. Zeno Zabo from Hungary, just behind the German.
Zeno has a very different technique. He has this long stroke. If you look at that long stroke of that guy, so it's very interesting technique.
And behind Zeno Zabo, we've got Benyam Bosak.
Benyam Bosak still top 10.
So Michael Booth not in the top 10.
Where's Michael? Yeah.
And obviously they've got to navigate around those late paddlers.
Here's Michael.
So just behind Benyam is Michael Booth, Ludovic Tolad on your screen right there. Michael Booth now on the bottom left of your screen. Tatsuma Nishikawa on the right hand side of your screen on the blue starboard. Then is an Italian SUP League rider, I think Enrico Mandoloni, the son of Roberto Mandoloni, coach of that huge youth club, the Italian SUP League in northern Italy. And Rai Taguchi, another Japanese, wants it. Is now in the lead. Donato France doesn't seem to be preoccupied by that. He keeps looking to his right, checking on Shuri Araki, but also 2025 ICF Technical Race World Champion Aaron Sanchez on the red starboard. Nicolo Rico on his left-hand side, along with Rai Taguchi. And we've got a bit of a freeze here, but the connection is coming back.
Yeah, we don't know the strategy. Maybe the Japan boys said, hey, let us do a team ride. We don't know what's going on.
I doubt Shuri and Rai work together on this, to be honest. There's a friendly rivalry going on over the years between these two. And you know what? Rai Taguchi doesn't live in Okinawa anymore. That's where he's from originally. He's moved to mainland Japan, where he opened a paddle shop. And he's actually quite busy with that. It's a successful
business now.
Business, yeah.
Okay.
And what about our women? Are we catching our women on the main screen? I don't think so. We've got Wendy Tillett on the left-hand side of your screen, one of the favorites for the 50-plus women's division. She comes from Canada. She was a medalist in the last ICF SUP World Championship. Wendy Tillett, who comes from French-speaking Canada, but she's an English speaker. All right, we are at behind the island right now. We're behind the island. We've got, let's say, 700 meters to go. So let's say maybe 1K. 1K, we're 1 kilometer away now from the finish line. So less than 6 minutes away from an outcome in this race. And look at this group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9 on your screen. Tatsuma Nishikawa making a move from behind. On that blue starboard, joining Luis Perotti. We've got Zeno Zabo from Hungary, and Donato France making a big move now. Donato France just behind the island. just before the turn, the last turn, and then he will be facing the beach of Lake Faak, where we are positioned right now. He's taking with him Aaron Sanchez and Shuri Araki, those two ICF world champions in 2025. Rai Taguchi from Japan, lurking behind and all trying to make a move on the inside there. They're staying very, very close to the shore. Careful, because we've got very shallow waters over there. So you could maybe block your fin or break your paddle if you paddle too hard. Then we've got Nicolo Rico in fifth or equal fifth position with Norman Weber. Then Zeno Zabo, Luis Perotti, Tatsuma Nishikawa, and I think it's Michael Booth further back. Rai Taguchi now controlling the race at the front. I think we're going to have that sprint finish. It's all going to be down now to the last 6 or...
He's more than a black horse, you know. This guy is clever.
Are they gonna use the fact that you've got slower paddlers to overtake to make a move? Shuri Araki trying to do something right here. Aaron Sanchez squeezing in between these two. He doesn't want to be stuck at the back. And that chaos at the back is allowing Rai Taguchi to escape away from Donato France. Donato France saw that. He is now has to control two Japanese paddlers, one at the front, one at the back, and going towards Rai Taguchi is now leaving Shuri Araki on his own. We've got a Dutchman between two Japanese. Aaron Sanchez seems to be losing the plot right there. Just 500 meters away now from the finish line. And it's a group of 3 paddlers. Shuri Araki hasn't made his move yet. He was staying with the front group the whole time. Rai Taguchi is actually feeling good on that light board core Paradox board, a board that he actually borrowed for the event. First time he's actually paddling this hollow board. Donato France on the Infinity Ever Ready. Shuri Araki on the starboard Katana. His own signature board. 400 meters to go before we have an outcome in this huge race. Shuri Araki making the move. Shuri Araki in full sprint mode right now. Shrimpy, huge surge by the young Okinawa 19-year-old Shrimpy, getting away from Donato France. It took a little while for Donato France to actually react. He's now doing so he's not letting entirely the Japanese paddler go away. Donato France giving everything to stay with the Japanese phenomenon at the front. Starboard, Infinity, and Lightboard Corp. Shuri Araki has got the upper end now, and that gap is extending fast as Shuri Araki doesn't stop sprinting. He still has 300 meters to go. Shuri Araki very much on his own right now. 300 meters to go for the 19-year-old phenomenon hailing from Okinawa, Japan, on his first Lake Rocks Festival participation. He did not take part in day 1's race. He did not take part in day 2's race. He saved all his energy for this moment. And I think he's got it. Doesn't stop sprinting. Donato France is going to have to secure a second place right now with Rai Taguchi now positioned as an equal second. The sprint finish is going to be now between Rai Taguchi and Donato France for the second place, because Shuri Araki has done it again after his long distance win in Santa Pola last month. On the downwinder, Shuri Araki on his second international participation of his season is gonna grab his first ever Lake Rocks Festival title right here on Lake Faak, and we're gonna have two Japanese. It looks Shui Araki, aka Shrimpy, takes the win on day 3. Pro long distance race. Rai Taguchi, Japan in second, and Donato France gave everything. Played it strategically, but that was not enough. He finishes third. Fourth, Aaron Sanchez. Fifth, huge result for Zeno Zabo. Sixth, Nicolo Rico. Seventh, Norman Weber. Tatsuma Nishikawa, 8. And Luis Perotti, 9. Who's going to make it for the top 10? Sprint finish between Benyam Bossack and Michael Booth. Benyam Bossack, top 10. Michael Booth, 11. Giulio Lazzarini, 12. Ludovic Tolad, 13th. No, it's a German, 13th place. I'm going blank. German paddler in 13th place. Ludovic Tolad, 14th. Then it is Alex Stefan, Infinity Rider. Bodie Van Olmen now crossing the line. That's our top 15. Bodie Van Olmen, 15th. Enrico Mandoloni coming up with a yellow jersey. Another young Italian next to him, that's Gianluca Corriero. Enrico Mandoloni on the Lightboard Corp. Gianluca Corriero on an NSP. Joop van Bakkel, the 40-plus men's world champion on the Sonova. Manuel Lauble, another 40-plus men's world champion. Then another young Italian racer, Filippo Mercuriali, hardly making it in within the top 20. That's crazy. Filippo Mercuriali, not even in the top 15. That just tells you how crazy this the level is today. And Manuel Oyuela, vamos Manuel, vamos. Manuel Oyuela. Ooh, it looks like he's suffering right there. Followed by Maximus Sirier, Marc Simoncelli, Ivan De Frutos, Alessandro Rossi from Italy, and Mikolaj Majdan from Poland. That big group of paddlers coming in, and we're now looking at our top 25 paddlers. That's just unbelievable. Unbelievable what's happening here. That huge finish, Shuri Araki had it. In a phenomenal sprint finish, Shuri Araki managed to win over his countryman, Rai Taguchi. Japan 1 and 2. The Netherlands in 3 with Donato France. Now on your screen, Gabor Zabo, probably winning the 50-plus men's division. We have Alessandro Scarsia on the starboard, a young Italian racer. And then Zabor Sfodo. Zabor Sfodo might be on the 40-plus men's podium with that finish, and a string of young racers. Now let's look at the women. We've got the women, and let's move to the women now that we've got our top 25 or top 30 finishers. And the women now on your screen. 4 athletes. It looks like we lost one. Lisa Venturelli is not right now on that group of 4 paddlers. The 16-year-old seems to have been dropped by that quattro of international racers. We've got only world champions at the front of this race. Esperanza Barreras, you'll have to excuse me, I've lost count. I don't remember how many world titles she's got. She's got so many. She's been dominating the sport in the women's field for the past 8 years. It's her at the front, and someone's trying something. That's Chila Cochis. Chila Cochis decided to leave that group of 3 and is trying a different line, different angle. Chila Cochis is aiming for the left. She was clearly following the draft train just behind Cecilia Pampinella and decided to go left. maybe for a straighter line. I'm not sure that's the right move, because she looks to be behind, but she might actually be. Yeah, I mean, depending on what angle you take it, she might. Nah, she's not. She's at the back. She's at the back. Unless the finish line is very much to her side, she's definitely in fourth position right now. So a group of 3 paddlers: Esperanza Barrera, starboard, Spain; Duna Gordillo, NSP, Spain; Cecilia Pampinella, starboard, Italy. Who is it going to be? Will Espe do the same move as Shuria Raki just a few seconds ago, when he managed to outperform Donato France and Rai Taguchi? It's still Espe Barreras in control, but she's got young paddlers behind her. Duna Gordillo in her early 20s, and Cecilia Pampinella even younger, who has been showcasing her sprint skills these past few weeks at the Spring SUP race in Comacchio, Italy, stop number 1 of the ICF 2026 SUP circuit, at in Santa Pola at stop number 1 of the European SUP League, in Taranto, where she won both the long distance and the technical race. Cecilia Pampinella, lurking in third position right now, is probably the fastest on the sprints, on paper at least, but Esperanza Barreras is managing to get away from the 2 athletes. She's pushing hard, and after 12K, it looks like Cecilia Pampinella and Duna Gordillo are struggling to maintain the speed imposed by the powerhouse Espectacular Barreras on that starboard. There is a bit of a gap, definitely. It's not, Duna Gordillo is not exactly sucking that board's tail in front of her. So Espe has got definitely a 2-meter lead right now on Duna Gordillo, and she keeps hammering and she keeps pushing Esperanza Barreras. Seems to be, as we are only 50 meters away from the finish line, Esperanza Barreras, is she going to take a 3rd consecutive win here at Lake Faak? Esperanza Barreras, Espectacular Barreras, is winning once again here the long distance on Lake Faak. In Southern Austria, Espe first, Duna Gordillo second, and Cecilia Pampinella 3rd. This is our top 3, and coming in, Tila Kotsis in 4th place. That's her right there, with her Infinity Whiplash, a hollow board. Welcome back to international racing, Chilak. It's good to see you back after your last race in Abu Dhabi, where Chilak won another junior world title, finishing in 4th. We need a 5th finisher for the women's. Who is going to have it? That is going to be a very exciting finish, because open your eyes, open your ears. You're gonna hear lots of new names in the game, lots of youngsters. I mean, some of them have been paddling already for years, but not at that level. So for the top 10, top 15, we expect a lot of junior names coming from the Netherlands, Belgium, Italy. The Italian SUP League, one of the most prolific youth clubs from Italy, made the trip to Austria, made the trip to Lake Faak. It's a group of 20 paddlers at least, all super talented. So we are trying to spot the next women. That's what we're trying to find right now with our drone. And it looks like that gap is huge between the front four. Where is Lisa Venturelli? Did we miss Lisa Venturelli? That gap, here she comes. Lisa Venturelli, 100 meters away from the finish line, was dropped by the four world champions at the front. And look at that, Lisa Venturelli, 16-year-old Lisa from Bari SUP, black project paddle in her hand, Sonova board under her feet, NSP board under her feet, my apologies. Has got the 5th place. It's not her first top 5 result here on the long distance. She's got the NSP Ninja, more exactly. She lost the train after lap number 2, end of lap number 2. And she finishes in 5th place. 16-year-old Lisa Venturelli, congratulations. And congratulations to Bari SUP for 2 athletes placed in the top 5 in the women's. Cecilia Pampinella and herself. Well done, Lisa Venturelli. Now let's look for a top 10, maybe top 15 for the women, and maybe the camera. I'm sure we'll recognize lots of names on the finish line. Can see the action on the finish line. I see more women coming on the right-hand side in the middle. Annabelle Page on the left-hand side of your screen from England. Annabelle Page on the NSP board from Northern England. Geordie girl, there she is. She's going to take the 6th place if that's her behind. There's a bit of a battle, and maybe another paddler just in front of her. No, that other paddler is going to lap number 2. So Annabelle Page and no, it's Lara Nitti. Lara Nitti. She was a little bit confused there. On the left-hand side of your screen, Lara Nitti is just ahead of Annabelle Page. Laura Nitti on the Infinity Everready, finishing in 6th place. 7th place for who? For Annabelle Page. 7th, Annabelle Page. 8th, I'm not sure who's in 8th place right now. I saw a starboard. I suspect Valerie Sukupova, but I don't know Valerie Sukupova. I've just seen her name a lot these past 2 days, but I don't know exactly what she looks like. So that's just a wild guess. Wild guess. Okay, more women, female paddlers coming in. On a Sonova board, I don't know who that is. I know on the with a yellow top just behind her, the Infinity board, that's Sara Di Stefano from the Italian SUP League. We also have Vera Lemeca just behind her, probably winning the 40-plus women's division. And just behind Vera Lemeca is Marine Huber from SUP Kids Macum in the Netherlands. Marine Huber, one of the up-and-coming, that's her right there, youngsters from the Netherlands. So that's 4 more, meaning we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Lisa. It was 6, 7, and 11th place. So that's going to be 12th place for Marit Midema, 14-year-old. Marit Midema, she's got a pinkish flying fish board. 14-year-old Marit Midema from SUP Kids Macum, that's northern in the north of the Netherlands, and definitely one big name to watch. She was on 2 podiums these past 2 days, and she's only 14. So Marit Midema, well done, the Netherlands once again behind Marine Huber. So I guess that's our 11th place or 12th place for the women. All right, if you
Because I think, or do you have any other people who you know that are coming in right now?
on close to the finish line, we've got Silvia de la Chiesa. I think she's now in 13th place. Another youngster coming from 14-year-old coming from Italy on Infinity Ever Ready. That's that's her right there in the Silvia de la Chiesa, now crossing the finish line and going under the arch. Okay, so let me correct what I was saying earlier. I was looking for the name of the 8th female athlete to cross the finish line, and that was Oda Diestel. And you know what? We are going to hunt for our winners today. Now that we have, let's just finish commentating this. Claudia Luqueta in the 40 plus women's division, just in front of Andrea Forer in the 50 plus women's division. So we've got the Italian Claudia Luqueta. She lives in Fuerteventura. She's got the NSP board, and just behind her, Andrea Forer from Switzerland. And let's go for some interviews. Samantha Migani is just finishing with a yellow top. Samantha Migani has just crossed the finish line. Good like it? Or go.
What do you like most here on the Faker Sea?
Go?
What do you like here on the sea, on this landscape?
Wow. All right, guys, we are with the women's winner for the 3rd time in a row here at Lake Faak, the long distance winner. It had to be Esperanza Barreras. You had 2 other world champions behind you. It was all down to a sprint finish, and you never, just like last year, I remember you did the exact same move. You were occupying the front place all the way to the finish line. Well done, Esperanza. Another massive win for you today.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy with the victory today.
So how did it play out? You were a group of five athletes. You had Cecilia Pampinella, Duna Gordillo, Tila Kotsis, and the young Lisa Venturelli, very promising athlete, 16-year-old. And then a group of four. Then at the end, Tilak tried something completely out of the blue and went to the left. You probably didn't see this. You were leading the. You did see it. Was he trying something that you didn't know? Do you know what Tilak was actually trying at in the last 500 meters?
I don't really know. Maybe she was trying to take her own pace because I don't know. Maybe she was not really comfortable on the drafting, but I just trust on me. In the second lap, I realized that probably we would have to come to the end of the race like a sprint. And as you say before, I was thinking that behind me there were like 2 world championships on the sprint, but I just trust on myself and I feel strong. So I was sure that I was going to be first at the end. So
Oh yeah.
that was my mindset.
Wow, that's amazing because we know how Cecilia Pampinella can sprint.
Strong. They are really strong.
And Duna, there's a bit of a question mark because she's back from injury. Obviously, she was paddling really well. She was able to.
Iduna is always in front of the races. She's one of the best of the world, so I'm really happy to stay paddling with her today.
Hey, Rudy was telling us that this is one of your favorite events. And why? What makes this event really special?
Wow, the place, the people, the community, everything is amazing here, and I will come every year here. My 3rd year, and I want to bring more people here every year and come next time. Yeah.
So make sure you come to Lake Faak next year. We're gonna have a huge event just like this year, but we've got a technical race tomorrow, and obviously this is a big event for you. You have several world titles in this event. It's gonna be a full day of technical racing action. What's your mindset going into this last day of competition tomorrow?
As every day, fight with these super strong athletes. For me, it's a motivation every day to stay in the start line with them. So I will go to give it all every day. Yeah.
Your secret weapon today? What did you have? Your board, your paddle?
I was using my Sprint Zero, that it was flying, and my Lima paddle.
So you didn't have the All-Star, because I know the All-Star is your favorite.
Yeah, I've got the All-Star for every conditions unless this race, that I'm really fan of the sprint race, and also my favorite fin of Black Project, that is the Sonic.
Okay, so what width the sprint? What width?
23.
23.
Yeah.
Wait for a bit of comfort.
I on that kind of boards, I can give all my strength in every stroke, so I feel really comfortable. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Espe. Huge congrats to that massive win against some top international women, and more racing tomorrow. Thank you, guys. All right, we're looking for Shuri Araki. He'll be joining us at the finish line very soon. A message was passed on to his father that we want to make sure we end this live stream with some words from the 19-year-old phenomenon from Okinawa who managed to outperform everyone in the men's field today. It was not an easy one for Shuri but he proved once again that he's a top finisher. And I think some paddlers are a little bit disappointed next to him because their strategy was probably to stay with him all the way to the end, thinking that they could maybe outperform them in the last 300 or 400 meters. But even for a 400-meter sprint, Shuri Araki was able to stay at the front in the last. In the very last part of the race and take his first Lake Rock Festival's long distance win today. We're just waiting for the champion to pop up on the start line for an interview before we close this live stream. All right, everyone, we've got the sports director of the event, Gerd Weissner. He's also the founder of Lightboard Corp, those hollow boards. You have number 2, Rai Taguchi, on the podium today in the men's race. Well done, Gerd, and also the initiator of this great event, the Lake Rocks Festival. How did the race go for you? First of all, Gerd, you were on the water paddling, weren't you?
Yeah, sure. I was on the water. This is the race I loved most. It's unique because masters, juniors, everybody starts with the open class, and the field is as big as non-comparable. 200 races on the field offer you permanent strategic opportunities up to the end. It's not like racing only for yourself. It's not only pure power, it's also a little bit of experience and mind.
It's actually 200 paddlers for the men, 300 if you add another 105 women paddlers on the lake today, and not leisure inflatable racers. We're talking serious hardboard SUP racers. How do you manage over the years to gather such a big crowd? We've just talked to Esperanza Barreras, who was saying this is her favorite event on the calendar, and she's trying every year to bring even more paddlers. What makes the attractivity of this international event, Gerd?
I think it's really about the community. The community is so good that it's not comparable to any other. We feel like family, and you also feel like the vibe is not too competitive, although it is super high competitive.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge friendly vibe. What the extra ingredients that you can add is that we're all on the campsite, so we all live together, we all eat together, we all have a few beers together too after all the paddling. And that makes this even extra special. The broadcast also effort is really well appreciated by all the viewers who are not lucky enough to be here with us. What about this course? What were the conditions for you today? What this course extra special for you today under a grey sky?
It's a Formula Race style course. Still there is some technique needed. There will be the wash from all the other paddlers. There's a little bit of headwind has been, and in the front group, from what I have seen, it's been as expected. It's a big group, a big field of maybe 15, 16 paddlers going all together, not in one line, really fighting for positions all the time up to the last 1,000 meter, and then it counts. But I heard, tell me, was it who was one to no?
Shuri 1, Rai Taguchi 2, Donato Friends 3. Oh God, I'm going blank. Sorry, I'm going blank. And then Esperanza Barreras, Duna and Cecilia Chilak, and Lisa Venturelli in the women's. But in the men's, who's 4th and 5th? Sorry, I'm going blank. But it's Rai Taguchi, who borrowed your Lightboard Corp Paradoxa. finished second. There was the sprint finish was really between Donato and I because Shuri basically managed at the 500-meter mark before the finish line to escape, as he did many times before from that big group. So yeah, well done to Lightboard Corp for that second place today. All right. Shuri Araki is here, the man of the day. Oh my gosh, Shuri. You know what, Shuri? You made a few people very disappointed today because with that big group of 20, 30 paddlers at the front, a few of them were really expecting that if they managed to stay all the way to 500 meters to the finish line with you, they would maybe be able to overpower you on the sprint finish. You proved them wrong, Shuri. You absolutely proved them wrong. That sprint finish was absolutely phenomenal. There was no way Rai and Donato could catch up with you. How hard was the race for you today with that big group of paddlers at the front?
Yeah, of course, it was very difficult for me. Yeah, the lots of people, very packed. So it was like a very choppy. It was not a flat water race. Yeah, it was very difficult.
So it wasn't flat because the conditions look glassy, but with so many people around you, were you playing with the side draft, the back draft of everyone?
The always side draft, little bit back, but always side draft. But it was very difficult, and not only us, you know, where there are women and open.
You're overtaking a lot of slow paddlers, so you have to navigate. That makes things a little bit more difficult?
Yeah, more difficult. Maybe there were 400, 300 people. Yeah, it was very difficult to manage, yes.
So, mentally, were you already preparing for the sprint finish outcome, or did you in the race try to outsprint everyone and go on your own? How did you play it?
Of course, the last sprint was my ability, but I don't know until the 500 meter. You know, there are lots of people, and I don't know because maybe Donato go first, Rai go first. I didn't know, but yeah, it was very good for me. Yeah.
Can you give us a little secret? When do you actually flick the switch? When do you say it's now? I'm going now. When does that happen?
Just feeling or training. Yeah. Practice in Okinawa. Lots of practice I did. So, yeah, feeling.
I mean, what's really impressive for us viewers is how not only you were able to burst out, but maintain that sprint cadence for, I think, 500 meters, right? 4 to 500 meters all the way to the finish line. The cadence never stopped all the way to the finish line.
Because my body is small. Yeah, smaller than Donato or all legends. Because yeah, I'm Japanese, so but I'm always thinking about efficiency beats power, and my father told me every time. That's why I could paddle 500 meters same cadence. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I can see there's a lot of thinking behind your training, behind your performances. Congratulations on your first Lake Rocks Festival participation, first win here. How do you like the event so far?
It was very beautiful. Yeah, very beautiful mountain, very beautiful lake. Yeah, Okinawa, there are no mountain like this, you know, and there are no snow, and it was very little bit cold, but it's very fun.
Did you have time to lift up your head and watch the scenery during the race?
Yeah.
To take pictures too?
Yeah.
Tomorrow we've got a technical race. You are clearly now a favorite for the tech race. We know you have several world titles in this event. What you've studied the course? How do you think this is going to play out tomorrow?
Yeah, I studied last year technical course. Yes, but I don't know tomorrow's course. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, just focus to tomorrow and I do my best.
I'm sure you will. Everybody thinks you will, of course. It's all starting, by the way, tomorrow at 9 a.m. on the live stream. Same conditions as today. we might have some sunny spells tomorrow, so it will make for even a more beautiful broadcast. Thank you once again and congratulations, Shuri. We're gonna go back to the booth and say goodbye in a few minutes. Thank you very much, Shuri. All right, everybody, we're going to end this live stream. This was day 3 of the Lake Rocks Festival 2026, the pro race, the long distance race. Let's just recap the top 10 position for the men and the women, starting with the women. You saw Esperanza Barreras take the win in incredible fashion once again here on Lake Faak, followed by Duna Gordillo, so Spain, 1 and 2. Italy in 3rd place with Cecilia Pampinella. Then in 4th place, we had Chilak Cochis making a comeback to international racing, or rather starting her international season with this event today. 4th place for Chilak, the 4-time junior world champion. Lisa Venturelli, 16-year-old Lisa Venturelli from northern Italy, finished in 5th place. Laura Nitti was in 6th. Annabelle Page from England in 7th. Then we had Oda Diestel from Germany. That's a paddler that I don't know at all, so I have to do my homework on Oda. And 9th place, Dora Ebenspanger from Hungary. And 10th place, Sara Di Stefano, another youngster from Italy, 16-year-old Sara Di Stefano. In the men's, we had 2 Japanese in 1 and 2. Shuri Araki made the break. Rai Taguchi managed to outpower Donato France, who finished 3rd from the Netherlands. In 4th place, we had Aaron Sanchez, the 2025 technical race world champion from Mallorca, Spain. 5th place, really interesting, 19-year-old Zeno Zabo from northern Hungary. A huge result for this young man. I'm very happy for him. Huge result for Zeno. He was on an NSP board. 6th place for Nicolo Rico. Wow, Zeno Zabo in front of Nicolo Rico. That's just a huge result. Norman Weber from Germany in 7th place. Another Japanese in 8th. That's Tatsuma Nishikawa, the 2-time junior world champion from 2025. 9th place, Luis Perotti, who was seen a lot at the front during the race from Mallorca. Trains with Aaron Sanchez. And 10th place, well done, Benyam Bosak managed to, 17-year-old Benyam Bosak managed to squeeze in that top 10 ahead of a legend, Michael Booth from Australia, finishing in 11th place. Obviously, there's a change in hierarchy with these results, with lots of youngsters in the top 10 and even more in the top 20. So that was the 12-kilometer race on day 3. We've got a technical race event happening tomorrow. We're going to go over lots of heats of technical racing action right here, same place. So usually every year we move to the other side of the lake. We decided this year, because of the challenging weather, to keep everything in one place. It turns out tomorrow is going to be sunny, or so we're being told. So expect some beautiful waters behind us on the Lake Faak. Let me remind you that this event is part of the ICF SUP Race Circuit 2026, but also it's SUP number 2 of the SUP Alps Trophy circuit, which is a regional international circuit covering Germany, Austria, and Slovenia, and which is very popular in Central Europe, attracting many European paddlers. I would like to thank Italian Choice for the sunglasses and Paddlogger for sponsoring our trips this year. This is it from me. More tomorrow, 9 a.m. for the broadcast, YouTube, SUP Alps Trophy, Facebook, Tolo SUP. More action tomorrow, 9 a.m., 4 p.m. and some top names just like today. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye-bye.